Okay, this is Ms. Erig, and we're going over F-BF-A, and this is build a function that models the relationship between two quantities. The first question we're going to look at is from the June 2014 Regents, question number 35. Caitlin has a movie rental card worth $175. After she rents the first movie, the card's value is $172. After she rents the next movie, it's $169.50. The third movie, it's $166.75. Assuming the pattern continues, write an equation to define A of n, the amount of money on the card after n rentals. So most of us have had gift cards before, and we know that we start with an amount. And in this case, Caitlin started with $175. After her first movie, she had $172.25. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to subtract, and when we subtract, we get $2.75. So we know each movie costs $2.75. Now this wants us to write an equation. This is a very important term. Because it says equation, we have to write an equal sign. So we're going to write A of n equals, well, she's starting with $175, so we know that eventually she's going to run out of money. So every time she uses it, we have to subtract. So we're going to write 175 minus $2.75, and then we need to determine how many rentals she has. But we don't know, so we're just going to use the letter n. So that is enough just for that question. That is actually 2 points right there. If you show the subtraction to show how you got the 275, and then write your equation, you're good to go. Now it says Caitlin rents a movie every Friday night. How many weeks in a row can she afford to rent a movie using her rental card only? Explain how you arrived at your answer. So we're going to use this equation that we started with. Now, if she can only use her card, we know that the card stops at $0. So I'm going to make this total equal to 0. So I have 0 equals 175 minus 275n. Now I need to get all the numbers on one side and all the variables on the other side. I'm just going to add 275n so that I can get rid of the negative. Now when I do that, these cancel, and whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you do to the other. So I know here I'm going to have 275n equals 175. Now I still need to get n by itself. So I have to divide both sides by $2.75. When I do that, I'm going to get n equals 63. Now this is where the Regents is going to try to trick you. If you leave it just like this, they're going to mark it wrong. Why? Well, you know we can't rent part of a movie. So truly, Caitlin can rent 63 movies. The reason is she can only rent whole movies. And that's it. That's the end of this problem, but we're going to go on to the next problem. So on the next page, or in the next box on your paper, we're going to go over the August 2014 question, number 26. So you're going to look for that on your packet. So here we have it here. This is number 26 for August 2014. Now Rhonda deposited $3,000. Now anytime I hear something about money, or deposit, or compound, I know what they're doing is they're talking about exponentials. And exponentials happen when there is a variable in the exponent. Okay? Now, the formula for exponentials is A equals P parenthesis 1 space R T. Specifically, A is the total, P is the initial amount, 1 plus r is the rate. Now, if it's positive or if the number is greater than 1, then it's going to be the rate of growth. If it's negative or the number is less than 1, it's going to be the rate of decay. And then we have t as time. So that's a lot of notes just to look at this one problem, but let's keep going. We know that Rhonda deposited $3,000, so that $3,000 will be her initial amount. She deposited at Merrick National Bank, earning 4.2% interest. Well, right away, I know I have to convert that from percent to a decimal. So the way that I do that is do 4.2 divided by 100. When I do that, I'll get 0.042. You might also know you can just move the decimal point 2 places to the left, either way. She made no deposits or withdrawals, and it was compounded annually. Write an equation that can be used to find her B, which is her account balance, after t years. So we're going to use this equation. We know she's making money, so I know I'm going to have a plus sign. So I'm going to write B, because that's her balance, her total amount. That's going to equal her initial amount that she put in, which was $3,000, times 1 plus this 0.042, and then t. Now we just have to make it look pretty. So we're going to write B equals 3,000 times, well, 1 plus 0.042 is just 1.042, and that's raised to the t. And so that's the answer to this question. All right? Great job.